Alright, let's get started making these donuts. I'm going to start with 2 cups of flour, and then I'm going to add a half a cup of your sourdough discard, a 1/4 cup of warm milk, 2 teaspoons of yeast, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then I'm going to start mixing. I'm going to mix this with a dough hook until the dough is nice and smooth. If you want these instructions written down, I am going to put my blog article in the description so you can see the written version of this recipe. Alright, what I am looking for right now is a kind of sticky dough, but it's not going to be unmanageable. It will stick to your fingers, and you can avoid this by putting a little bit of oil on your fingers or a little bit of water, but it will have a stick to it, and that is going to help you later when it's time to shape. Alright, now that the dough is all ready, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to a bowl and just coat the inside of the bowl so we can do the first rise. I'm going to add the dough into that bowl and cover it, and then I'm going to let it rise for about an hour. If your house is not warm, I have a little trick. I do not like my house warm, so I will turn on my oven for like 2 or 3 minutes, shut it off, and then just let my dough rise inside that oven. It'll be nice and warm inside where the dough is without having to worry about trying to heat up the house or wait 3 hours. Now that the first rise is done, I'm going to put a little bit of flour on my surface, and I'm just going to roll out that dough. And I don't really measure how thick I wanted it to be, but I think it was right around like a 1/2 inch. If you make it too thin, they don't fluff up quite as well when it's time to fry. So probably about a 1/2 inch. Alright, now it's time to cut. I am using the cutter from the Uncrustable maker that I bought off of Amazon, but you can use a cup, glass, anything that is the correct shape that you want. It doesn't even have to be circle. I'm going to cut all of these out, and then I'm going to use a smaller cutter, which I got from the handle of a cookie cutter I have, and cut out the middles. You can also use like a shot glass, or like I said, anything that's the right size. And there is no like perfect thing for this, just do what you have on hand. And then I'm going to take this dough, the shaped donuts, both the donut itself and the hole. They're still going to look really flat, that is normal. And I'm going to go put it on a parchment lined cooking sheet to rise for 1 more hour. With leftovers, just put it back into a ball and repeat until you have no more dough. Alright, you want to heat some frying oil to 350. You can do this in a fryer like what I'm doing, or you can just put oil in a pot. Put your batter or your donuts into the oil, and you can see how quickly they start to fluff up. You're just going to cook them until they're like a golden color on both sides. Alright, now put these aside to cool, and we're going to make the maple glaze. We're going to start with 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 1/3 cup of maple syrup, 1 cup of powdered sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of maple extract. This is optional, but it makes a much better flavor at the end. And you're going to see a couple more people join me. My brother is asking me to teach him how to cook, so he joins in when I'm making things that he is interested in. And then once you put the extract in, a little bit of salt, and we're going to dip the cool donuts and then twist to coat them. It's going to be a little spiky when you first pick it up, but it will relax into a nice pretty coating. Do this with all the donuts. Once the donuts themselves are done, I like to just add the donut holes, cover the bowl, and then shake. It fully covers the donut holes, and it's my favorite way to coat them. So I'm just going to finish this up, and you can either eat them right away, or you can wait an hour for the glaze to harden up. And that is it. They are light and fluffy and very tasty. I hope you enjoy. If you want more recipes like this, don't forget to subscribe.